Hi chums, right, you know what this is about, eh? So what we've got here is number 30. So number 30 is a Cara. Cara are a main crop potato and a very flowery potato. And if you look at the book there at the bottom, number 30, Cara, mine. So these are mine from last year. So we'll see how these do. Where are we at? Yeah, these are a very nice potato. They boil up lovely. There's one there. That's no good for a start because it's gone kind of green. But we'll see what happens. How are we fixing? Move the wheelbarrow a bit there. I think we're all right now. Let's go over that way a bit. That should be okay, shouldn't it? Yeah, that's fine. So, the pigging. So the building continues. Oh my goodness, it's getting tough now. It's getting tough because we've run up against a couple of small snags. There's one part of the wall at the front, and there's some sort of chemical reaction happening, and it's throwing the cement back off the wall again. It's going boast. When it dries, it goes boast. So they've had 2 goes at it. So what they're doing this time is they've put a really strong layer of Unibond on, and then they're going to put on thin layers of scratch coats, and they're going to put on several layers of scratch coat instead of 1. They're going to do 3 really thin layers, and they've got a big tarpaulin type thing over down from the roof so that the sun doesn't get at it, because part of the problem yesterday was when they put the new coat on, the sun came out at the south side of the house and it was just blasting straight on it, and it dried far too quickly. And my mate said today that he was worried about it from he saw the sun coming out, because they don't like that at all. They prefer things to dry more slowly, you know. These aren't very big. These are a main crop, and they should be coming out bigger than that. That there, that's just about nice size there. That's nice. The problem with these guys is that they boil away to nothing if you're not careful. You have to microwave them at the end, because once the skin's split, they start to fall apart in the pot. So I would microwave them after the last 3 or 4 minutes. As soon as the skin's split, take them out and microwave them. But so back to the house. So that's it. That's the wee problem up there, and that's kind of annoying the guys at the moment, because they said they've never come across a situation like this before, where it's throwing the stuff off so quickly, you know. But they said that they'll just keep working at it until they get it right, because they said they can't leave it not right, because it's going to look really awful if it doesn't work. So as I say, they know what they're at, and I'm not going to tell. Well, there's the rotten one. That was one of the originals. So I'm not going to tell them what to do, you know. So that's that. So at the moment what they're doing is they're doing that piece along the bottom of the wall, underneath where the dash is, and the plinth or something I think that is. And they're doing that at the moment, and then they're going to do the reveals around the windows. They've got one half of the house done, and they're ready to start the other half tomorrow. So there's another few days, a couple of more days outside, and that's getting bigger now. This is not going to be a really super reveal in terms of quantity. Now what's going on there? I don't like the look of that there at all. Do you know what I think that is? That's rotten. That's one of the originals maybe. Or else it's been lying up against one of the originals, but that's rotten there, so we don't keep that. Incidentally, anytime you take anything off your plants that isn't good, don't put it in your compost bin unless you're somewhere like Florida or somewhere where your compost bin is going to get really hot. Here where we are, the compost doesn't get hot enough to kill off a lot of the microbes and stuff, so we just get rid of it off the garden, and it's mostly sent to a big plant in the town beside me, where they boil it all up or cook it in a huge big warehouse type thing, and they cook it there, and then they give it back to the people. Every house is allowed 2 bags of compost or something after it's been processed. So you get it back for it. It doesn't cost anything, you know, so you get it back again. But what was I going to say there? Yeah, so I would get, and all this potato stuff goes off the property towards that recycling facility, because I don't want any of this stuff on the garden, because it won't be, the ground won't get hot enough to kill it off, so the compost won't get hot enough. So we get rid of it. Back to the house. The house, it's getting hard now because, you know, we've been at this for a few weeks now, you know, but there's only about another week's worth of work left in it. But the problem with it is, these guys are tied down by the weather. They can only work outside when it's dry, and they can only work, well, they can work inside, but the weather was pretty good for the first 2 days of this week, so they've been working outside. So they've got a lot of work done. It's a very tedious type of work they're doing because there's a lot of detail in it. But it's the nature of the house. It's an old house, and it had all that type of detail around it with the coins and stuff. And I think they start doing those tomorrow, maybe. They start laying those out tomorrow. So there's a lot of work to be done. Just setting the stuff out. The actual plastering bit doesn't take long at all. Well, it does, but it doesn't take as long as the setting out. It's like everything else. The preparation is the biggest part of the job, you know. So that's where we are. The lathe. I didn't get the lathe, as you know, most of you know now. But I'm not in the slightest concerned about it because I don't need a lathe. It didn't need it. But the thing was that when my friend Michael saw it and told me about it, it was too good a bargain to miss. If I'd managed to get it at the price it was, see, it had already been in the paper at £1,800. What's that? 6 4s, about 3,500, 6 3s, about $3,000. So it was already in the paper at that, and then they reduced it to $1,200, which is $2,000, which is a huge difference. So it was worth getting it at that sort of money. That was half price. But once it came to back up to £1,600 and then another £150 delivery, you're talking about £1,800 by the time it would get to me, which is back up to $3,000. And a new lathe costs $4,000, so there's no point in me buying a lathe that had been sent back with a problem. Now, they told me that they tested the lathe and they couldn't find the problem, and I believe them. I don't think there's anything going on. There's a very reputable company called Axminster, so they're not going to tell lies because that'll come back on them. So I have no problem with that, but there's no point in me buying a lathe at that price that I'm not sure of the history of, and then a problem does occur and it takes me another $1,000 or 600 quid to fix it, and I've got the price of a new lathe for a second-hand lathe, you know. So different changes of strategy now. I'll probably end up buying another lathe. You can't have too many lathes, you know, but it'll not be now, it'll be later on. So there's no rush. I don't need it, but it'll be nice to have. I used to smoke very heavily. I smoked so heavily that people said to me after I stopped, you know, Brenton, quite often it's really astonishing to see you without a cigarette in your hand. You go, what do you mean? I didn't smoke that much. And Brenton, you never stopped smoking? You lit cigarettes, not off each other, but regularly, and you were always smoking. I was smoking about 80 cigarettes a day. Now, if I was doing that now, it would cost me something in the region of about £1,200 a month. That's $2,000. So there's your lathe. In 2 months I would have smoked a lathe. So, as I say, I haven't smoked for many years, but I'm really glad I don't smoke now because of the price of cigarettes here. It costs about £10, what's that? $16 for 20 cigarettes here. The taxes here are unbelievable. So, as I say, I don't smoke anymore, I don't drink anymore because my medication, I can't drink. One or two pints and then it's as if somebody turns a switch and turns all the medication off, so I can't drink either. So I never drank a whole lot anyway, you know, but what do you call it? So I don't drink, I don't smoke, and don't gamble. So I think I can justify a lathe, you know, compared to what I was spending. It'd be an awful lot less, you know. So that's where we are. No lathe and no problem. I don't care that I didn't get it, you know. I'm not in the least disappointed. So that's a good thing. But I would never get excited about that sort of thing anyway, you know. So that's where we are. No lathe. I have been working in the garage. I'm doing another couple of videos tonight. I think it's Frank B asked me about dust collection at the lathe, so I'm going to do a video about that just after this. And there's another person, and I can't remember their name, and I just simply cannot get a reply to them. Whenever I go to reply to them, and their comment is not on my actual thing, it's not on my feed, I get it on my email, but I don't get it on my comments in the video. So I'm going to have to talk to this person, mention this to this person tonight. I've got a note written out for them and all. About £3. I've got a note written out and everything for them. So what I'm going to do, I'm not even going to bother lifting these ones there. I lift these ones, they're nice when they're boiled up, you know. And then you can do these. And when I was doing, if I'm doing these ones, right, I would do about maybe 20 of those at a time. Just a whole pot full. And then we'd eat a few of them, but we'd keep the rest for the next night, and we'd have them sliced and fried in olive oil. And it's really, really nice, you know. It's really, that's lovely. We bit of decadence, almost guilt-free decadence, you know. So, what do I want to say? So, as I say, just slice them up and use the wee ones up. Just cut these in half and fry them. They're lovely, they're really nice. So, with a bit of salad, it's lovely. Chips and salad is always nice. So, there's not going to be many sort of squeals of delight over this one because I don't even know if I'll make £3, but you have to see what I got anyway. That was 2 big Caras too. I think something could have happened there was that we had a very, very bad winds here a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago at the start of August, and August is blight month in Ireland anyway. And what happened was the plants got an awful hammering and broke all the stems and stuff, you know. So it meant that, where are we at? So it meant that I had to cut the stems off them, which meant they're not able to produce anymore. You know, what am I doing here? Oh, I'll put it and stop this. Right, that's us now. That'll do. Okay, we're on there. I'll just tighten that up to make sure it doesn't move much. There we are. Right, turn this fields on. Hello. And oh, I don't even think we'll get £3 here. I'll go for £3. That's what it said, so that's what we'll go for. That's in kilos. There's pounds there. Well, £3.5. What's that? 1.5 kilos? Yeah, 1.6 kilos, or £3.55. So that's it. So it's better than nothing. But as I say, those didn't do very well. That was from 2 big Caras. So I'm a bit disappointed about that because I thought they would have done better. But that's how we find out what does best, I suppose. So where are we at now? I need to pull that back again. I'm going to screw the life out of you. So those potatoes are from my cousin Connor's coming down tomorrow. So I said I have a few spuds for him. What's next? Next is the video about how to collect dust at the lathe, and it's a very cheap, effective method, you know. So there you go, folks. That's it. Nothing much to report, except that they've got a bit of a problem at the front of the house, but the rest's going okay. All right. All the best now. Bye bye.